Hard to say, but yeah. So hopefully we can get some really cool storytelling going in this trailer about a part of the game which isn't even in the game.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah.
I'll get the guy who did the Halo live action trailer like 10 years
He also
ago.
did District 9, Elysium. What's the other one now? Chaffee, that's the one.
Yeah, he did all these great,
The
fantastic.
Blomkamp. Yeah, Blomkamp guy Blomkamp
Blomkamp?
or
Yeah, it
something.
sounds
Yeah.
Jamaican. It sounds like, hey man, I'm from
Yeah.
Blomkamp or something.
He's South
Yeah.
African.
Oh, he
Yeah.
is.
South African. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been subscribed to his channel for a lot. I don't know, maybe a year or something, and I never got. But I can see he's got pretty badass 3D and stuff. So from the side of storytelling, I haven't seen any of those, but I was like, I'm gonna see them one day, you know. But
Yeah.
and now the first one that I saw was the for the anthem. So yeah, didn't say too much. So we'll see.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for coming. We just started streaming. And once again, we're on Smudstream with myself and UDP, and we have with us Literature Devil from way back when, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. And we have a new guy called Drax. We're just going to call you Drax because your name is.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I changed it. So yeah, it's
He's,
gonna be official from now on.
he's
So
constantly
I
changing
planned this
his
for a
name.
while.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
spoil anything. We'll just call you
Well,
Drax.
my real name is like the third brother of the Faramir and Boromir. My
Oh,
name is Dragon. So
wow.
that's
Okay.
how you say it, but it doesn't matter. I'm cool. I come with this. Yeah.
Okay, Drax it is. So we're going to be watching the Conviction trailer, which is a live action trailer made by Neill Blomkamp. He's the guy who's done District 9. He's done the 2009 Halo live action trailer. And kind of hard to say what's going to happen here because this is a trailer that's not actually in the game. It has nothing to do with the events of Anthem. And I was about to get Exlatalis as well because he actually gave up on the game. Exlatalis is in recovery mode. He he uninstalled. He's just so fed up. He tried to unlock his second or third javelin. It just crashed on him. He's like, nope, not doing this. So we lost a good man in the fight to review that wonderful, brand new, shiny BioWare product, which they're spending a lot of money on stuff. So
Are we going to get like bionic Exlatalis now because we're going to have to repair it? We're going to
yeah,
like do a Lazarus program on him.
we're gonna have to go back to like the old Republic for his videos because he can't stream Anthem anymore. It's like go back to another space opera. Don't use mechs anymore. It's like all right, we'll use some Jedi's. All right, everyone's happier. So
It's 50 cc's of Kotor. Stat.
so Mr. James Moore, no, I have not seen the Oat Studio channel yet. I do know they did a really cool Alien one. I don't think it was called Alien, but I do remember seeing it. But I haven't seen the rest, so I don't know. I've not seen District 9. I barely recall the football thing with Halo 9. So yeah,
He did a landfall. It's like a 9 minute long trailer.
really,
Yeah, if you type in Halo landfall, it's about 6-7 minutes or something like that altogether. But it's nice little.
that's pretty cool. I mean, the guy
Yeah.
does amazing work. I mean, visually it looks great. Good voice. Some of the lighting, I don't know. We're going to see in this trailer how weird this is. And again, I already made my audio. I've already recorded my audio for a trailer sense video, and I was like, ugh, something about this does not feel good. And it was like every 2 seconds I was stopping it and going, okay, this is stupid. Okay, this is like what's. It's like I don't know. Maybe I'll still do it. Maybe I'll re-record my lines. We're gonna find out from you guys what you think as well. So maybe my vibe is like Bioware is screwed. This is what I'm getting. They don't know what they're doing. They're throwing money, and marketing is like, I don't know, what is this product? Just give it to this guy. Maybe he'll make a video. Maybe people will buy it. It's like,
Yeah, I watched the first few minutes of this trailer already, and it seems pretty subpar. It seems really generic. I have no idea what's going on because I'm not really I haven't been up to date with the Anthem series at all. So I mean, I used to like BioWare, but kind of fell off. So I have kind of like I guess you could say, clear, clean eyes, unbiased eyes when it comes to Anthem because I have no idea what it's about.
Well, unfortunately, there really isn't that much content about Anthem's story for you to have
Oh,
non-clear
so I haven't
eyes.
missed much. I haven't missed much
There's
then.
nothing to share except for this.
I know it's apparently a game about mech suits. That's about how much I know.
Yes, that is true. That it is about people flying around in slightly bigger Iron Man suits. Yeah. So, ugh. Okay, guys, are you ready for this? Because I'm like itching to go here.
I'm ready.
All right, let's do
Yeah,
this.
go for it.
Let's go.
So that was a really cool establishing shot. It looks like the guy's busted up, like some of his armor's off. You see some of the skin, but it looks like it could just be standing there in the rain for some reason. Like that's amazing. That's a really good looking prop.
Yeah, the engines look pretty awesome.
Hmm.
The engine, the vector direction or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
It tells
so
you a lot of information that you need. I mean, it gives you like introduces you to the mech suits right away, which is kind of central to this whole thing. It the wilderness, because nature seems to be a thing, like a very big thing in this series, from what I can tell from the trailer. And it gives you a lot of information at once, which is what an establishing shot should do.
exactly.
It's also got a nice arse.
Let's see that. Let's see that robot ass one more time. Ooh, look at that spine. Ooh, sticking out like there.
Yeah, the engine, that's the thrust vectoring stuff
So
used on airplanes and shit.
what would you prefer, droid ass or this one?
Ooh, good question. Let's see. Can we say Tali? Is that an option?
She's cybernetic, but she's augmented in the rear.
All the right places. That's right. It's like 5 piano keys. Ding, ding. It's like, thank you.
Drama keys.
Is that what they're called? As opposed to the
Or
the
the bomb.
the blow horns? Yeah,
Inception. Inception.
it's the opposite of same idea. Just special things are happening, like bald woman with white dress in jungle, looking at mech guy, and then
It is a pretty good contrast. It goes from mech, for somebody completely covered head to toe, who's also busted up, so you know that there's danger. You just got out of some danger, or he might still be in danger. And then it goes to just a woman dressed in nothing but like a white dress. So
Very innocent.
it gives you tension and mystery. So it kind of draws you in. It does a pretty good job there.
It's an interesting contrast between you got like the armored suit all ready up geared for, then you've got the innocent in this wilderness where like you got this guy there who has to wear that suit to basically survive in it.
right.
It's
So
like,
it
what the
tells
hell
you
is
a
she
lot
doing here?
what's going on without having to print it out on the screen. But you know what? They're going to print it out on the screen anyway. But it's it's just BioWare trying to hit every demographic. It's like, what's going on? Oh, that. Okay.
Long, long ago, we were the slaves of the Urgoth.
Okay, Slaves of the Urgoth. If you actually Google Urgoth, it's some sort of thing in World of Warcraft, and it has no meaning whatsoever. Like you can't actually get any lore or mythology or anything to figure out what the hell the Urgoth are and
Yeah.
why they were enslaving people. It's just like, yeah, we were slaves.
Yeah, that's a big mistake. Actually, some of these works do when it's a whole another world. They say the name of the people when there's nothing for an audience coming into it to latch onto. I remember the opening scene of Skyrim where they start dumping on you like all these names and gods and everything. which would be good for someone who's a fan of the series, but doesn't really draw you in as a new person. So I think it'd be better if they said something you can grasp, like, I don't know, something generic like the darkness or the evil people or something.
Yeah, we were slaves and then we were freed. It's like, all right, fine.
Yeah, we were slaves, and then we like, oh, who enslaved us? Okay.
Yeah, that's where you do like the transition shot of like you give a glimpse to the bad guy, and then you kind of go, "Oh, that's an Urgath," and you kind of go, "Oh, right, yeah, they're the evil big lizard people." Oh, right, that makes sense.
We know who these people are, so we can know. Oh, okay, these are the bad guys, and these are the people we got to watch out for. Just dropping their name gives me nothing.
I think you have to read the pamphlet before you go, and it's like I think a lot of movies do that. They don't. They have to do homework on the Wikipedia. Did you read the Wikipedia on it? It's like, no, it's a movie.
You do your homework before you can. You have to do your homework before you can watch this video.
Answer these 20 questions before you proceed.
I'm always curious though, because you see the design of the architecture even in the existing city, like because this is not the actual city in the game as far as I know, because this trailer takes place as we were told in the past. So, what is the point of these spires? Why are there so many of them? Is this a common architectural design of all the cities? What does it mean? We don't know. It just looks like a bunch of rods that come together like you're making a wicker basket and it's just sort of stuck. You're like, what does it do? Is it an antenna? Is it focusing something? We don't know. So
Is it a structure that was levitating or whatever, or it fell down to the ground? But
maybe, yeah.
no ideas.
We don't know. And we have this extremely, extremely lush jungle. Like this is not just a jungle. This is like waterfalls that don't make any sense. Like look at this. How'd the water come out of there? Is there like a whole lake over here? There's no mountaintop. There's no condensation happening. There's no precipitation hitting a mountaintop and flowing. It's just like this gorgeous, resource crazy jungle. And for some reason, the humans were enslaved by the Urgoth. All right.
We're the slaves of the Urgoth.
Again, whoa, really quick scene. Like, look at all this detail.
We were the slaves of the Urgoth.
So just a bunch of guys in black with generic looking helmets. That could be any mansion in Italy, really. So it's kind of like a European vibe to it. Architecture is kind of like medieval Italy, medieval Europe.
Yeah, Mediterranean kind
Sci-fi.
of.
Mediterranean, yeah, I would say.
Like a sci-fi Romeo and Juliet kind of feel.
Yeah, they look like they have a logo, but
Here's your Bravi and everything.
oh, okay. Yeah, hard to say, but it's so fast. You're like, oh, okay, cool. There's a bunch of guys in black guarding something.
I
Kinda
didn't even
reminds me of,
notice this the first time I watched, so it doesn't count.
Oh yeah, we're going through as much detail as possible here.
That's right.
The outfits kind of remind me of the outfits worn by the guards in Equilibrium.
Oh, really?
They just like the bicycle helmets, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Generic bicycle helmets.
yeah. It's like because it's the future. Everyone's going to be wearing bicycle helmets in the future. Why? I don't understand this whole guard position thing, like generic thing. Because if you want to guard something, do it properly. These guys are just standing in a row. It's like, see the guy at the back there? He can't see. It's like, hey Jim, can you see anything? Yeah, if you just move 2 steps to your left, mate, you'll be able to do your job.
And why aren't they
Guard
something? Why aren't they behind the walls if they want to guard it effectively? Why would they be out in the open where they get shot?
I guess they're kind of like canaries. So if they start dying in the front, you know, they're gonna attack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
these are like the ones that like a personal guard that awaits the leader or whatever, just to pose and give it a significance and nothing else.
That
if it's ceremonial, I can understand that.
Yeah,
but
ceremony.
it's not. But they're all geared up, though. It's like they're
Yeah.
prepared. Unless those guns are all just flare guns, and they're all like distress flares, like, oh, we're under attack. Oh, no.
yeah. So this
best flare
implies
guns ever.
a hierarchy. This implies there's people behind the door that are important, and they're going to come out soon or something like that. So yeah, thank you, Tom the Cat. All of humanity was enslaved to build waterfalls. That is some next level waterfalls. I'm telling you, they got enslaved, and those Urgoth were like, we want to build a water elevator, and you're like, why? To make the water fall? Like what?
Are we gonna? What's that song now? Is it Salt and Pepper? Don't go chasing waterfalls. Or was that TLC? I forget the.
TLC.
Is it
Jason.
TLC?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm expecting like that to be like the theme tune for this movie.
And eventually, after much strife,
Yeah, it looks like
If the Pope is being elected.
yeah, like medieval Europe. Someone like, do we have ray guns in here? Are we like walking around in textiles from the 17th century or something? Roses, like yeah, lots of flowers. You're in the jungle. I get it. Okay, again, all this beautiful architecture in the background, like you're in Belgium or something. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So it's like, hey, went from enslavement to medieval Europe, and we're throwing a party in our
Yeah, Mechs.
amazing architecture. Yeah.
They could have at least showed something like that shows us the enslavement a little bit, like somebody suffering. That way we get a little image of how it was while we were enslaved.
Well,
And
it
we
would
know these
make
people are bad
sense
guys.
if this was the Urgoth's castle or walls,
Mhm.
and they took it over. It'd be like, oh, okay, great. So they,
Right.
yeah, as opposed to we left the Urgoth because we killed them all or whatever, and then we build Renaissance Italy. It's like what?
I just thought it'd be like a lot. It would be because they say we're enslaved. That's supposed to be something that we're supposed to keep in mind throughout the entire trailer, so they can reconnect when things start going bad again. But we do. They were just told we're enslaved. It'd be a lot. Since there's a visual trailer, it'd be nice if we get some visuals
It's
of.
not a common theme except for one scene that comes up, but it doesn't relate.
Oh, doesn't come back.
Well, you'll see it, but it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't match like if you say there's a theme of enslavement,
Mhm.
that means in the zeitgeist of the people, they have, okay, this is never gonna happen again. Freedom is our number one goal. We're gonna always defeat our overlords or whomever come to kill us. So that has to be a big thing, or else why would you bring it up?
Yeah.
Who cares if humanity was enslaved and now they're not? It's like, well, we also drink mud water, but now we don't. It's like, okay,
Because that's what I assume. They start off with we were enslaved. I assume slavery would be kind of a major theme in this whole thing.
It's like when they got freedom, they were like, right, guys. So that enslavement thing was actually really quite clever. Shall we try it again? But we're doing it, so it's going to be okay. It's going to be better.
it's Shinji getting the Eva. It's like, why? No, everyone get the Eva. What? I mean the anthem. I mean the javelin. Right?
Well, first of all, they started with spears, and then they worked their way up to javelin. Sorry.
And then there was the big jump from javelin to mech, and they just called it the same thing. What was that?
Guy loading a weapon.
Yeah, but like really quickly and really like cut, like done. Like what?
and eventually, after much strife,
It's like, whoa, much strife.
At least we got a visual that represents the strife, I guess.
So we were enslaved, and then
There's strife.
we have Renaissance Italy,
Renaissance Italy.
and then we have much strife.
I just don't understand. These guys, the nobles, are they Urgoth or do you get that, or I just don't get it.
That's a very good question. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. We still have no idea who the Urgoth actually.
Yeah, I don't. You know, the narrative and the video, I just don't connect them. Those two. I don't know. Okay.
At this
we'll
point,
see.
the Urgoth could literally be anyone.
Yeah,
Well,
when you say Urgoth, I think it's like a mythical beast or something like that.
Yeah, because it sounds like that. It sounds like some
that,
sort of
yeah.
like creatures from hell or something.
I just
Nazgul
realized
or
they have lots of candles, so maybe the candle's all Urgoth fat because they killed them all and boiled them down. But then you look at this thing, and I'm like, oh, they got lots of light sources, like lots of light sources, and then they have an artificial light source, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of inefficient. Like, what are you doing here, people? You just like burning candles for no reason? Is it a cultural thing?
Artificial light source on top of the candles.
Yeah. Like, what's going on?
Maybe the candles are Urgoth themselves. You know, they burn themselves by using too many candles. You know, I don't know.
And those are big candles. Look at the size of that thing. Smells like fresh Urgoth.
At least for the Renaissance Italy, you might see this like a church or something, but this is for like religious purposes.
Yeah, they're going for the Renaissance angle. I was thinking of that Deus Ex painting where they took Adam Jensen, where he's sort of on the operating table, and has his robotic wings and he's flying away.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Icarus.
The Icarus imagery, right? Yeah.
We broke free.
Okay, so we broke free from the slavery or from the strife? What's going on? It's like this is a queen of some sort and some like ancient Rome dynasty thing going. There's a crying prince.
The
Boy?
sad prince.
We broke free.
Yeah, just a little kid. Like, okay. Who are these people? I don't know.
I have no idea who any of these people are.
The last of
I
the
assume
Urgoth.
I can only assume they're the good guys, since they're getting the most screen time.
Yeah, we have no idea why the enslavement was good or bad. Just that they didn't like it and they broke free. There was strife and then they broke free. That's all we got, people.
And how did they break free?
They loaded a gun, and I think they used guns. We don't know.
They slapped the clip, you know.
That's how you do it. You intimidate the Urgoth, and they go running. And considering that's one of the major animations in the game, where you're constantly firing and reloading clips, I think that's a good thing to do. So you show what's in your trailer with what's in your game. So we'll see some other clips here, not literal clips, but clips of things that don't probably translate very well to the gameplay.
Yeah, because we've never ever seen a weapon being reloaded, ever. Like, wow, 2019 is really awesome for this movie storytelling realism. Weapons can be reloaded.
And just out of nowhere, like every piece of ammo works with every gun.
Yeah.
It is the future. It is sci-fi, so
It's like Omni ammo just does everything.
They standardized that. So.
Grenade launcher, bullets, flechettes, it's all the same.
hey, toss me a magazine from your pistol. I need to reload my grenade launcher.
Hoovers up, grinds it down a little bit. It's like compact.
And so we made our walls high.
But why did you make your
Why?
walls high? Were the Urgoth giants? But you defeated them. So were there giants after the Urgoth?
Like it seems like they've entered an era of peace, and like they've broken away, and like there's no more threats, and so they go from okay, we broke free, everything's fine, so we made our walls high.
Yeah.
So what?
Why?
Yeah.
Just in case.
They've kind of forgot to put in a new threat before the line of we made our walls high.
Yeah, they had this enslavement, then they had strife, and now it's like we broke free, and then we made
Now
our
we
walls
have
high.
Renaissance Italy. Broke free, Renaissance Italy. Everything looks really pretty and awesome. So we made our walls really high.
And it looks like we have this weird alien techno spinal column just running through the valley.
Yeah, it's just laying there as it does, you know.
Maybe
Doing
the
its thing.
Urgoth were giant dragons. That would be kind of cool. Techno dragons. Maybe one or two of them.
Maybe this is the spine of an Urgoth, you know. Urgoth.
That's all shade for relics, unfortunately. Yeah.
And our conviction's strong.
Again, why? Your
Well,
walls are
we've got
high, your
convictions.
convictions are strong. What's
What convictions though? Like, what are they convicting to?
to build their walls high?
Convicted felons?
Like that's the only goal. So our convictions are strong to build the walls high. from
20
nothing.
feet? No, 40 feet! Do it!
We got mech suits. We can make it 50 feet.
We can fly and make really, really tall walls. But then you're like,
How high can the mech suits fly? Do the enemies have mech suits?
that's a good point. Like, what's the value of building walls if your enemy could fly over them?
If their enemy's infantry can just fly over them.
It's a bunch of random sentences. I realize like they're not connected. It's like we did this, and then we decided to eat lunch, and you're like, what?
This trailer is heavily mired in trailer ease.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Just one epic sounding thing after another.
I think this is like Neil's sort of calling it in sort of thing. Oh, you want a trailer for what? It is what? Okay. Any other information? No, that's all. Just mechs and a chick. Okay.
It's like, all right, I could use a vacation.
Yeah.
this will pay for it. This will slap something together.
I'll take a $500,000 paycheck and get hire some actors for the day. Why not?
I told you before, their marketing is just a guy in a shed and he just gets hands like a note with like just some random words. He's just like, I have to make this trailer now. Yeah, give it to Neill. He'll know what to do with it.
Yeah. Get some prosthetics going. Done. Trailer. See, to me, this means they're building mechs. They haven't actually
Yeah.
found them, or this is like, oh, we're learning how to do it.
So they do not. They don't build mechs in this universe.
I think it's implied they find them and then they repurpose them.
Yeah.
I think.
It's like in this world, it's supposed to be they're very rare. I'm not sure whether they've lost the capacity to remake any new ones, but apparently you're just supposed to find them. So I don't really know if these people are building them or just repurposing old ones, like you're keeping them fresh, like replacing parts.
It looks like this thing is like a skeleton, and like the legs aren't finished. There's parts hanging out, but I mean, he didn't really design too many. I think this is the Ranger.
Yes.
Okay. And I never
You got the
understood
corner.
how the legs fit in or how the arms fit. I never got that. Like where the joints connect, and like where is the knee bend? Like do you bend with it, or is it like an extension? It doesn't.
Basically, it looks like there's a little bendy bit there, like the foot obviously slides downwards, and you got like when you see prosthetic limbs.
So this is like the kneecap, and then that's the end, and the rest is just an extension.
Yeah, that gives you the bounce really, because obviously if you're traveling down, you don't want to like shatter your leg. It's just slamming down into the ground. A bit of a design flaw, So.
So everyone's on stilts essentially. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. It gives you
And
that.
check out the fat mech in the back.
Yeah, it's the Colossus.
Colossus, so nice.
It doesn't have the ability to go like Samus mode and like turn into a ball, which I'm very disappointed. It just rolls around and starts crushing people. Turbo ball with jetpack.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be wicked. Could someone write that down? I can make DLC out.
The pinball DLC. Just ricochet off everyone. I hate bullets. Let's use myself as the ball or the bullet. Okay.
It would save on resources.
Well, yeah, considering you have these bullets that can do anything, so it's like, I am the bullet. Okay.
Yeah, Omni ammo.
Yeah. Well, maybe like they actually fire more bullets than one, so it's actually like several bullets like taped together, and they just fire them out like a big shotgun.
So are there like progenitors of in this world too, like in Mass Effect? 'Cause I know in Mass Effect they found the Citadel and everything. So did he repurpose that plot
Yeah,
point?
probably. Everyone is just finding tech in the jungle, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
look, a gun. We'll use this now. It's like, okay.
How come we couldn't just build these? I mean, why come we have to find these things? Like, I mean, humanity can't just build these awesome mechs.
Well, that would make sense in how they stopped the Urgoth, but
Yeah, like we built these awesome mechs and stopped whoever the Urgoth are. That would make sense.
Someone who's going to be a fanboy of this is going to be like, well, that's what they did. And it's like just a massive assumption. Like, you're just jumping way ahead. It's like, no, they probably aren't going to. I don't think BioWare's even thought that far ahead as far as the story's gone.
yeah, let's keep in mind this story is not related to the game. It's not in the game. It's just way before the events of the game. We don't know who these people are. We don't know who these characters are. If we can even call them characters, they're just flashy things on the screen, which happen to be robots or mech robot things.
So is this whole thing a trailer like for a TV show or a movie?
Short movie, I think. It's basically like a websode, like a 15-minute movie.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
So basically, that's where the entire marketing budget has gone. It's gone to Neill, and they're just running with it.
I wish we could say
Look,
more
and-
because we're just like stunned as to what is going on here. So
Yeah, don't you think the proportions of this suit, they're just off? Those legs are just too long. You know,
The legs, the arms.
you know,
I mean,
the
I
lower
want to
portion,
know.
the below the knee. You know, I get it. It's for jumping or whatever, but it just doesn't seem right. You know.
Yeah, it's like you stretch Armstrong when you slide in.
Yeah.
It's like
Stretch
vacuum
legs.
sealed. Which does actually make you wonder in terms of like if you were to suffer impact on that, there's no real much room there to actually stop any kind of like energy being transferred into your bone. So all someone has to do is just hit you with a lot of force, and you're just like, oh, I've just shattered all the organs in my body. I'm going to bleed out in this thing, and now someone's going to have to hoover me out with my own javelin.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the problem with exosuits as opposed to, let's say, a mecha in Japanese anime. With mecha, you're in a cockpit and it happens to look like a bipedal robot thing, whereas this is an actual suit. You put it on, and you got to bend and twist, and it's like practically that would not work as quickly as we see it. You have to have some sort of really flexible material at the joints to make all these maneuvers possible. So it does look rather robotic, and it just wouldn't work. Like, you would be super heavy, you know, you'd need all this supports, let alone the stress on your spine and how you're standing or sitting in this thing, because you're pretty much standing against it, and your arms are sort of just holding yourself in it up. It looks awkward. So there has to be some explanation for the tech behind it. I mean, obviously there isn't, but
Yeah.
there has to be
mean,
some sort of new age material or some phlebotinum that makes this all possible. We don't have it yet.
But apparently they
Yeah.
don't know how to do that. And it's according to the lore, for what I can tell from what y'all have told me, they don't build these things, they just find them. So I guess they repurpose these things every time someone dies. So you're basically getting into a suit that many people have died in before.
Arguably, yeah.
So I think it'd be really like interesting if they made made this thing where a pilot gets into a suit and then gets haunted by like the hundreds of people who's died in it before.
I think
It's
UDP,
psychological.
yeah, UDP was talking about how, yeah, there's like some memories from the.
Yeah, that was my idea. I was hoping that they would have like the technology is kind of like beyond what we know, in the actual fact the memories of the previous pilot was already in there, so that's why you get like all this experience from it and the haunting dreams. But I don't think BioWare's that capable.
And actually eat your soul at the end.
Yeah,
Your
some
soul stays in
sacrifice.
the machine.
I mean, that's basically from Crisis, where you basically become part of the suit, pretty much. Like your body just doesn't matter anymore.
Cool stuff. I wish that was in the story here, but yeah.
I guess it's not.
No.
We're just coming with better ideas. It's like, what is this thing? It's a big robot thing you jump into. It's like, why? Because you gotta fly into the jungle, man. You can't just walk. You gotta fly.
But there are many dangers.
There we go. Many dangers. More
Yeah,
humans.
These are the Scar, I believe.
Okay, so far from my seeing the trailer, it seems like the jungle itself is the danger. Like, is the jungle alive? Is it try to kill them?
It has lots of threats.
All of these sentences are all and then, but this happened. It's like, what are you talking about? What is like
show me, show me.
This child's really confused.
They're giving us images, but they're telling us the interesting stuff that's happened, and then they show us an image that's calm and peaceful in Renaissance Italy.
But then we had to build walls and make our conviction strong.
Because how this whole trailer opens is this battered guy and this guy in a battered suit inside of within the jungle, and then all of a sudden they come back over here where there are many dangers. We see the jungle again, so I can only assume that the jungle is the enemy. Is the jungle the Urgoth?
Hey, there's a good
Treebeard's like pissed off. He's like, right, you, rah, industrial.
What if it's a literal scenario of machine versus nature? That's what it seems like we're setting up right now.
That would be a good theme, but you'll soon realize that this is actually a series of flashbacks, and you're not sure which one comes first. You're like, wait a second. There's mech and girl, and then girl's in a mech, and it's like, wait, when did this happen? How?
Did Tarantino give advice on this one?
Yeah, right.
The lack of dialogue? No, I don't think so. Tarantino would have too much dialogue going,
Okay.
so no, I don't think he would.
Right.
Yeah.
No one can survive out there on their own.
So this is really good shot. This is actually is from the game, or looks like it's from the game. And look at all the color. I mean, I think it was blue. This is really orange. But what a great set design. Like that, like the lighting looks fantastic. This is one of the best shots. The detail, the extras. Like you're looking at least $100 grand right there.
Oof.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but this doesn't seem to me like it's in game, if I understand you correctly. This looks like a straight shot, you know.
Yeah, I would argue most of this is never going to be in the game, but they did show this when they had that reveal trailer. It the color palette was mostly blues and bright oranges on the canopies there, but this looks as close to it as the trailer does. So
Okay, I'm just looking at these. I don't know. These are silk coverings of those stalls or whatever. Looks real. If that's in game, great job.
what's the term we have for that? The downgrade? Yeah. It's not in game. Sorry.
You found her last night.
So yeah, we got all these women in dresses and guys in, I don't know what time period this is, but like some sort of Chinese hats going here.
They're just in like Marrakesh a second ago. I think in China now.
It's just an amalgam of Europe and medieval times. I don't think it's.
Yeah, it's like the place that they're looking looks more like an Arabic bazaar, doesn't it? Like, where are these people drawing from? Like, they're drawing from everything.
Well, it is multicultural. It's not just white Europeans. It's Chinese and blacks and Hispanics, and so it's we got a range of people here. I can just see white though. I guess there's some black guys in there. BioWare has to have some black guys. He's got to be there. So I just can't see.
It's gotta be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In BioWare, there's also a female, and she's disabled, and she identifies as a chair or something. It's got to be something different.
Maybe she identifies as a mech suit, and she actually becomes one because she identifies as one.
There's
Therefore
a twist. Like,
that's how she survives in the jungle.
Yeah. I'm a strong, independent javelin. You will respect me.
It's like Planescape Torment. Whatever you think becomes reality. I am a mech. Okay.
All the Urgoth is just like, whoa, we don't get sued, man. Don't we get hurt on Twitter?
I identify as a javelin, so please respect my identity.
My preferred pronouns.
Yeah. My preferred pronouns: Javelex and Javelim.
My preferred upgrades.
Javel there. Javel Z.
I'm a shotgun storm. I don't do the lightning. Okay. I just fire the shotgun.
You guys are all appropriating my culture by wearing mech suits. Okay, can you just stop that right now?
Found her last night.
One question about this one. They say we found her last night, and this is like noon. What the fuck? How much
it's hard
time they need to haul her back? You know, they were flying, so should be apparently freezing right now. You know?
Yeah, maybe the jungle was too dark because all the rain. Maybe it was like a morning storm, and they just got to. Yeah, it's like I don't know, before lunch. It's pretty bright out there.
Yeah, they probably cut open an animal and put her inside. You know,
Which she wouldn't freeze if she's a mech suit.
This is true.
that's right.
Sorry, I've just realised one thing. I think I said this to someone a while back, but those mech suits are pre-designed. So in other words, only a certain person of a certain height can actually fit in them. So that means only a certain selection of people can actually fit in those suits. Good job.
You're fine. I know you did all this work to qualify to be in a mech suit, but you're like 5'10". We're looking for someone who's more like 5'12".
Yeah, your feet can't wiggle the pads, so you can't eject if something goes wrong.
I'm glad they have the working helmet. That's cool. So again, all this technically is amazing. It looks beautiful. I mean, the guy put a lot of effort into it.
Why does he need his helmet? He can clearly see through it. Why does he need to lift it up, though? It's like, it's like, if you can see through it, why do you need to lift it up? Why doesn't it just the actual helmet piece actually lift up or go forward or whatever?
Yeah, maybe his voice gets out weird, you know.
Yeah, it's like you can't speak. Like,
I'm like, Bane, are you really in there?
There's no audio portions.
don't have that thing done. I don't know what kind of faces you're pulling behind it.
I'm really from Great Britain. Do you know that place?
And he knew to do that. He knew to open his mouth so he could speak like he's had that happen before, where he accidentally left it closed and got really embarrassed. So he vowed never to happen that happened again.
Now that I
know
I
his
look at it,
sound card drivers bugged up, you know, so he needs to download another driver.
the Sound Blaster 16 is too old. He has to take it off.
Yeah.
Hey, the game is called Anthem, so anything that's music related fits rather well.
Now I realized what kind of mech is the guy behind him. What is he like? Specialized
That's Interceptor.
Interceptor.
Looks like a straight android. It doesn't look like a human.
That's the Interceptor. That's the very futuristic looking one, unfortunately. It really does. When you actually look at the Interceptor, it looks like really, really super shiny. Like the Ranger and the Colossus look like really beat up and like really grizzled, and that thing looks like it's just come fresh out the cellophane pack.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's again, this is all before the events of the game, so maybe they have this Renaissance, literally a Renaissance fair or city, and then they have a Renaissance of technology, so everything's like unused. And plus, the guy was in the rain, so it's all shiny. So
yeah, clean.
It's all clean.
We found her last night in the jungle.
They said she must have been out there for years.
Okay, that changes the time frame a bit.
Are you sure Tarantino had nothing to do with this?
Pulp
The footwork. Yeah, the footwork.
It's a nice foot shot right there.
Yeah. Okay. So apparently she can survive the jungle, whatever the jungle is, for years, which implies she wasn't there by herself, or she was in some magical realm, or some other physical location aside from the jungle, like underground or in the sky, or who knows where. And there's this woman, and she's by herself, and it's like, wow, I've never heard this plot before.
Just a sign that says
stranded lady, please help. Pick me up, I'm yours. I'm also mute, and I can't tell you where I've been. I can't talk the language, but there's a secret power behind me, and no one knows. Yeah, well, you gotta go with the classics. You have to tell a story with visuals, so I guess it works.
It's not possible.
no, it's necessary. Sorry.
I always knew this day would come.
I have such a Dune, Children of Dune vibe, hearing her voice and looking at her outfit. I don't know if you guys seen the Children of Dune miniseries back, like, I don't know, 20 years ago.
That's the guy who was Charles Xavier, wasn't he? In the recent X-Men movies.
Yes, he was. He played Leto. That's right.
Yeah.
And this reminds me of his sister, not his sister, his little aunt or niece, Alia. One of the she was being mind controlled, not mind controlled, but was it Duke Harkonnen was in her brain and she couldn't get him out. She looks not exactly, obviously not the same actress and doesn't look as attractive, but the voice, the color scheme, well, aside from being in some sort of flight simulator or whatever she's doing here.
Playing Tetris.
Yeah, like, who is she talking to? It's like, what? Your eyes are closed. Are you like meditating? Or are you telepathically talking? All of a sudden you open your mouth. Like, what is going on with this technology? Do we have this yet?
It also doubles as a toilet.
Yeah.
It better.
Yes.
It's not possible.
I like the way how Anthem's smaller than Neill Blomkamp. He's more important than Anthem.
Actually, this reminds me of the Darth Vader scene where he's in that weird chamber and he opens up that crazy looking egg. And he's sitting there, I don't know, doing his flight sims or whatever the hell he's doing. I swear, this scene makes like, why are you talking to yourself? Is she having a prophecy? Is she like envisioning the future? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
She knows she's
like
in the trailer.
You know she's in a trailer. I have to tell the audience what's going on.
Would you like to know more?
Press 1.
I laugh if like she kind of goes, I've got a prophecy. She's like, hello? Anyone? I've got a prophecy.
Can't open my eyes.
She's drunk the water of life. That's it. She's having visions and she can't control them. I swear it's Dune. Just in my brain, it's Dune. It makes sense if it's Dune, okay?
I always knew this day would come.
See, this is a really good shot because it really looks like the original reveal trailer. So, good job.
A new beginning.
A new beginning, as opposed to the previous beginning where you were enslaved and freed yourself, and then you built walls, and then there was strife, and then your conviction was high, and then you found some chick, and now it's a new beginning again. Like, okay. They could have said anything here. They could have said, it is time for lunch.
That's why I got this. That's why I got a really good generic vibe from this trailer because a lot of these they don't really connect with each other. They're saying very bland lines that don't really tell me anything at all, and it just seems like they just copy and pasted some other trailer script into this one and called it a day.
Take all these tropes of patterns of things that sound exciting. It's like, this is going to be an exciting trailer. It's like, there is a mech and he's looking at a woman. It's like, okay, we get it. Can you give us something?
Cue Hans Zimmer soundtrack.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Ding.
It's like, right, we've got Neill Blomkamp, we've got Hans Zimmer, and we've got a thesaurus. Right, I think we're all set now, lads.
And we'll get your son back.
Oh, look, it's Heimdall.
Oh, is it?
No, but it looks like
Or is it? Or is it? I can't believe it's not Heimdall.
So now he has a son. So we've changed characters now to some other guy. Maybe this was the guy who found the girl. We don't know. And he just finds people. He's like, oh yeah, I found this chick. I bet I could find your son. So it's like, okay, sure. We're just changing plot lines now. We're just going from the chick and the enslavement, and now it's black dude and his son and scavenger.
I wish it was Heimdall. It'd be really awesome if it was Heimdall.
Oh, and he had a sword. That'd be perfect.
Exactly. I think to me Heimdall was the best part of Thor with Dark World.
I wish I saw that movie so I can comment on it.
Just say yes.
Well,
Yes, yes.
there is a sword in the lore of Anthem, if you didn't know. I don't know where exactly or when exactly it occurs, but there's a female who's in a mech, and she has a sword. So if he had a sword, I'd be like, dude, that's the sword. And I'd be like, you're so Heimdall. Then I know they'd be stealing from Marvel to do like, okay, Marvel had a black dude with a sword. He was strong. He was kind of like a sub character, but he's kind of main character ish. We'll make him like a subplot. Like, okay, yeah, do that. All right, put him in the trailer. Okay, good idea. But we're all wearing rags. We're all medieval. I don't know. Serfdom. What do you call this? There's guys who aren't wearing all the fancy clothing. They're just the normal people. He's losing children. Oh my God. Forget slavery. We got to find this boy.
It's an Amber Alert.
Yeah. Have you seen this boy?
And we'll get your son back. You have my word.
All right. So that shows that our hero man, who just came out of nowhere the past 3 seconds, is heroic, and he's going to do things not for the money, Not for fame. He's gonna do it because he's a nice guy. We like Hero
Paragon.
Man.
Chose
It's
the
another
Paragon
class.
branch.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just he's generic guy dude. Fine man.
He's doing it for the XP. His name's Ken.
The wrath of Ashur is mine, you bastard.
I'm gonna get that loot because this is a looter shooter.
I can't. Yeah, it just comes back. That's what it comes back down to. This is a looter shooter. Let's make a story out of that. How? Well,
He's doing it for the shinies.
there's a guy, and he has a kid, and he loses the kid. And then we have a hero dude, and he likes collecting loot, but instead of collecting loot, he's gonna collect kids. You're like, whoa.
That sounds
That sounds
really
really
wrong.
creepy.
Yeah,
I might have put it. I might have described it improperly.
But
What do we pay with gold? No, give me the children. I accept payment only in children.
I feed it to the Anthem.
Oh no. What is the Anthem? It wants children. Oh, okay.
And yet, new enemies would be forged.
Again, and yet.
New enemies.
It's like, and yet.
How do
but
you forge
then,
your enemies?
So the lines of this thing are: we were enslaved. There are many dangers. New enemies will be fought. Thanks. I know lots of. You answered all my questions. Thank you.
New enemies will be forged. I think that was the actual saying.
How do you forge? How do you forge your? I've been writing down all the subtitles here and closed captions, and I'm reading it and just doesn't make any sense.
I could turn it on. I don't want to, just because it's so funny to hear it and go, "What the hell does this have anything to?"
It's crazy.
It is so disconnected. And then, but for this, it's like, wait, can you establish what's going on? All we know is that you were enslaved. Now you're in a tree land. Now what is it? A tree fort, whatever. This is a giant science place. This is beyond the city. This is like a whole mountain range. So it looks like they actually are in Renaissance Italy. But there's like
Is this Wakanda?
Yeah, considering the shape of this tree hut, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
According to what we've seen, it seems like their technological everything is about as advanced as Renaissance Italy. They just have mech suits and maybe some artificial lighting.
Yeah, I think the idea is that they're finding all this tech. They don't know what to do with it, so they're just multi-purposing it for random crap like a roof and shoes.
So, what's with all the alien stuff then? How come they couldn't do like an alternative history where like they do all the political stuff during like the Renaissance Italy era, where they have the religious politics and the internation politics and all that stuff, but give them high tech sci-fi stuff. So you got like the Pope's army with like flying mech suits.
Yeah.
oh,
That would be cool.
The invasion of Spain, with
No one expects the Inquisition to be an anthem.
oh god.
Yeah, you get like Inquisition mech suits and all that stuff. I think they'd be a lot cooler. They have a lot more stuff to work with. They can make a lot more story because a lot of story is there already.
Yeah, well, there'd be one guy in the writing team saying, well, we can't call it the Inquisition. We already made a game about that, so gotta call it the Holy Order of the Spears, because spears is another word for javelin or something. Halberds? Who cares? Pole arms. We're the pole arms.
Like Leonardo da Vinci comes in with like really awesome mech suits.
Hey, I'm Da Vinci.
Oh god. Like stereotypical like Italians.
So like Super Mario.
We'll make them Chinese. It'll really throw them for a loop.
This may actually be like a badass version of Super Mario, is because you've got tunnels, you've got monsters, you've got green lands. That's the Super Mario, but with mechs. It makes sense.
Oh dear.
It's like a black female lesbian Leonardo da Vinci. That's like an actual awesome supervillain.
That can
Because he was like a supervillain in real life almost.
that can fly underwater indefinitely.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that'd be awesome.
Well, I don't know what they're pulling from, but it's not very focused, to say the least.
Just the pulling from everywhere. Just putting, like they threw a bunch of darts at a board with post-it notes on it. And, all right, we'll use all of these. Throw it in the trailer.
Mechs, Wakanda, Renaissance Italy,
Really
chicks from
tall
Dune.
wall.
What else? I don't know.
Bald
the girl from
V for Vendetta.
what did she remind me of? The bald chick. She reminded me of V.
Yeah, V for Vendetta.
Yeah, kind of had that vibe.
I guess V for Vendetta was on the board. Renaissance Italy.
Just imagine Casey Hudson like on Google. It goes, right, I'm feeling lucky. And just
Yeah, we'd love to see that Anthem design doc he pitched back in the day for whatever the heck this was supposed to be. And when he left, what happened to it? And then when he came back, and what his reaction was?
everything's on fire.
Like, what? This isn't what I had in mind. I want to see that interview. It's like, Casey, is this the same game you envisioned back in the day? It's like, yeah. It's totally.
And yet, new enemies would be forged.
Yeah, so this is a big cutscene of all kinds of people and mechs, and then there's some dudes with the sticks coming out of their backs. And then we have the glowing jello crystal thing. It's strange. They're throwing many things at us. We're like, what is going on? So enemies are being forged,
There are many dangers.
and magical phlebotinum object, which is good because it says, okay, here's the thing that causes mechs to fly. Here's the thing that, I don't know, whatever you need phlebotinum for, make the bendy arms work. We don't know yet.
You smear it on like gelatin. Like, just give me the Anthem, lovely Anthem.
Yeah, because this is the guy who wants to save the son of the other guy, so he's like, oh, I need this to do that. Or maybe it's fuel, maybe it's a tracker. I don't know. We don't know. It's all up in the air. So without context of what this thing is, it really is not very effective. It just raised way more questions than we wanted. So sadly, yeah, I'm a bit lost, as even more so now that they've thrown a metaphysical element like glowing red crystal.
Soylent Red.
Soylent Red?
Soylent Red.
Yeah.
Soylent Red from Inquisition.
Leave it to
does it.
BioWare. What do we do? Use what we used before. Okay. What do we got? What do we have for games? Our latest game, Andromeda. Okay, use that. What else we got? Inquisition. You can't use it. Just throw it together. Beautiful.
A line would be crossed.
Yes, the line of Jello.
The
Glowing
line
Jello.
number.
Every single line the narrator speaks is just generic line they could pick up from like a book.
Yeah.
There are many dangers. New enemies are being forged. A line will be crossed.
The first thing I thought of was that Patrick Stewart meme where he's at, is it the Star Trek, where he's like, the line must be drawn here. And it's just like,
No further. Line must be drawn here and no further.
It's like, yeah, where are we going, guys? Oh, not past that line. Can't go any further.
I guess we should be lucky they didn't start off with "in a world." Totally could have.
In a world filled with crazy monsters, one man and his javelin has to battle the dark with the glowy red thing of doom. He shall succeed, or will. For the woman he loves, who isn't really a woman, she identifies as a javelin.
On second thought, that probably would have worked better.
This
This
next,
summer,
this next
Arnold
scene.
Schwarzenegger is.
Oh no, no! Get into the javelin, Shinji. Get in there. Do it.
Coming soon to a bargain bin near you. Comes Anthem.
Get to the javelin.
No. Come on, do it.
No.
Hey man, you're looting. I ain't got time to loot.
Yeah, brother.
And Dwayne Johnson comes up at the end as his cameo. Oh, they're gonna be together.
Oh, you see, like,
At the same
Jesse
party.
Ventura.
Oh yeah, they show the javelin helmet pop up, and he has to raise his eyebrows. And, okay.
It's Dwayne Johnson there. Oh, that'll be way better.
And he would fit. He would fit in the javelin. He'd be like, yeah, he's the guy who doesn't need the stilts. Just cut the hole in the javelin. He'll just walk into it. No problem. He doesn't need thrust. He can just fly by himself. He's magic.
Right.
Yeah,
One thing.
just give him a shirt that looks like a mech, and then that's all he needs.
Now this
One thing
next
I
scene,
asked-
next scene, I really want to pay attention because it's so disconnected, and it happens so quickly. So you have to watch it a few times. Just see what happens. Watch.
A line would be crossed.
Okay, that whole scene makes no sense. And I want you to just pay attention. Okay, so first we have this guy who looks like it's the middle of the morning, like the sun just rose. He's pulling out a pistol, fires it.
That is a massive pistol. Like, that thing was weigh a ton. Like, that is ridiculously large.
Yeah, so it's a big ass gun. It's not really Mass Effect-ish, but pretty big.
For
And-
self-defense.
Oh god, yeah. And
What,
then-
against meteors? What are you expecting?
It's for orbital assault,
Yeah.
Right?
He's got all these ammo clips. Like, this guy's ready to go to war here. And he's firing a gun behind a castle, and it's middle of the day or middle of the morning. And then all of a sudden, it's really dark outside. There's all this smoke and fire, and he hits some guy in the jungle, and this guy gets blown away. Like, his shoulder's gone. Which, the direction he got shot in implies it was like further to the left of the shot. So you're like, was there a castle there? Like, how far did he shoot this guy from? Like, what? Like, a scope is like really far away.
Yeah,
And then
that
there's
might
this
be
woman.
the editing, the stuff, but it does make sense if you're editing a trailer for a movie that has all those scenes recorded. You're making a trailer for a game, and those scenes do not exist and won't exist in the game. So why do you try to confuse the people who will be watching the trailer with the guy shooting in front of a castle, hitting a guy in the woods? Doesn't make sense. So yeah.
Yeah. Plus, you cannot get out of your javelin. You're always in your javelin firing guns. There is no option for you to walk around with a pistol.
Yeah,
And
maybe this is the captain, the one that never wears the helmet.
Oh, well, it's not Hero Man who wants to save Sun. It's random dude in black.
Random dude in black that will never show up. And so why do you show us? Why do you show this? Oh, shit.
Well, that's like
According
arguing.
to what we see in this trailer, he looks like that one guy in the MMOs who comes in and steals your kill so he can get all the XP.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Basically, it's Gandalf the White on the group. Fights the battle, solos the Balrog, gets all the loot.
Well,
One
the
thing,
Go ahead.
as I was going to say, it's like you see that guy in the big tunnel there, the big bad, and he's only like got lit up with like little lamps. It's like, just imagine him sat there going, can we get some lighting in here, guys, and some upholstery? Because seriously, I am sick to tired of walking my feet into these balls.
Yeah, it's how you light a set in a movie. It's like, okay, this is a really long corridor. We're gonna make it a throne room. We need some braziers. We need some lamps. We need some lanterns. Can you just randomly do that? It's like, okay, here's some fire. Like, all right, cool. Coals, yeah, totally same technology. Lamps and coals. Why not? Just
Okay, this right here kind of looks like a scene from like Power Rangers or something.
Like, yeah, there's going to be a Megazord battle.
Yeah.
Now, what I was getting at before, guys, was this scene that everyone seems to skip. Right after this, watch this. That whole scene was less than a second, and it had absolutely no content. It was a woman walking from her head, and then we cut to her from the front. We can't see her. It's all in shadow, and it means absolutely nothing. Like, it drives me nuts. I'm like, what is this? It's like, what is going on? Why would you have that scene?
It's a line being crossed, apparently.
Just like randomly flicks like someone eating a sandwich, looking at the camera like, what?
Yeah. So is this is the main villain's engineer who's receiving the red glowing thing from the guy next to the black guy in the previous scene?
Maybe.
Is that how it goes?
That's a good connection. He's the engineer. He made the red glowing thing, gave to good guy, so good guy could
No, to bad guy. To a bad guy.
Ooh, now you're
I'd say this is a bad guy.
getting. Ooh,
Ooh, maybe there's going to be a betrayal involved.
Exactly.
he's gonna pull that gun out and shoot guy like 2 kilometers away. Just I have you now.
And I'll repeat, none of this will happen in the game. So they're setting up exactly what.
These are all excellent questions, and I have no answers for you.
Things would never return to the way before.
What was the way before? The slavery?
The slavery?
The Renaissance, the javelins. What?
Pre or post walls? You know, like what?
Things ever go back to the again. Yeah, ever since we put that 10-foot extra high on the wall, it's never been the same. It's ruined all the lighting.
Yeah, there's this
Why we have
crazy.
so many candles.
There's this crazy man mixing braziers and lamps and electricity together, and he made a kingdom. He has this symbol, and he's calling himself King Triangle Man, and he's never gonna go back to what is going on?
It's the emperor of all evil.
Actually, he's not the emperor. He's a general. Apparently, he's not Doctor. Is it Dr. Harkin from the game?
He could be from House Harkonnen for all I care. I have no idea.
House doodly boo of generic badness.
All I know is
this
I assume these people are the bad guys, so that's all I know.
Well, we don't know because the guys in black originally were guarding a door, and that looked like it was a Renaissance Italy thing. So I don't know. Color scheme's not really helping here. Not connecting visually. They could be the good guys for all we know.
Yeah, standing in the heat in all that black uniform, they're like, geez, I am sweating my nads off. Who thought of this as a good idea?
It's hard. It's really hard to guess what's going on here. But we do know because of this, it will never go back to the way it was before.
Because the line has been crossed.
And the walls were too tall. Or
And the conviction was too strong.
The convictions are too strong. And she's been gone for years.
It's really bad that the things will never return to the way they were before, which was
Slavery.
Yeah. Damn it, slavery was great. Why did we overthrow those Urgoth guys?
No, it was. It seemed really like a good idea at the time to get rid of it, but now that we're without it, grass is always greener.
Yeah, those waterfalls we were making, those were great. We should have kept making waterfalls.
They brought in a lot of income.
We had a really good healthcare package, and we just blew it.
Yeah, one question, guys. The last sentence, it says, things would never return to the way before. I'm obviously not a native English speaker, but this sentence does seem a little off. Return to the way before.
I think the word before sounds more epic in that context. It's
Before.
It's weird.
Things will never return to the way before.
The way before.
I think it sounds, again, I take the whole Middle Eastern Dune vibe where they're exotic sounding people that live in the desert or have lived in the desert for thousands and thousands of years. So they have their own language and they're, obviously making more English sounding movies. So they have to have British actors, and that tight accent is still along. Whether that translates to actual proper sentences is up to the script, of course. But I'm just going on that 1979 Dune movie that everyone is kind of English or British, and then they're trying to portray this huge culture of sand people who have their own alien language. So don't know. I wish I could answer that, because again, there's so many cultures and ethnicities in Anthem that it's just a smorgasbord. So it could be right, it could be wrong, it could be generic people who just come from somewhere that no one knows. So
Yeah. Cool.
we
Okay.
don't know. So this is the shot that I thought was closest to slavery. So it's gay. Well, obviously it's not a slave, but the guy's being bound up. And this is the funniest part for me as we watch. That was absolutely epic. Oh my god.
Your glove is really cold.
He's not doing anything. He's just holding his head and he's shaking his head and going, ugh.
It could get like
You
a
know, I
visual
was
cue of
expecting
like
for
some
his-
sort of glow or something.
Yeah, I expected his head to blow, you know.
Or something.
Yeah.
Like something
Nothing.
like something that should happen.
Like electricity or an energy, like he's doing something to his head, but no, he's just shaking his head and going, ugh.
It feels so weird.
Yeah, but and judging by the question the villain posed to the guy, he says, "Where is she?" So basically, this guy might be someone who helped her escape several years ago, and now they found this guy, and now he's questioning him. So I don't know.
Yeah, he did something bad. He did something to make the wrong people angry at him.
Yeah, well, he knows where she is, and he asks him, "Where is she?" I guess the bald girl from a couple of scenes back.
Yeah. Well, again, that is the best guess. I think that's
Yeah,
the
yeah, at least.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The slow-mo cam. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, wait a second, you're a javelin, you could fly. Just fly. Oh, he's flying. Okay.
This is actually one of the problems of putting in, because that looks real, and obviously they've pulled it up with wires and what have you, but this is the problem about having those kind of real life effects for that kind of model, because the guy can't move around, especially in the terrain. It's not, we haven't built a fully functioning exosuit that is fully working, that can operate independently. So unless Neill Blomkamp is hiding something, the US military would really like to ring him up right now if he is. But yeah, it's just like, that's why they kind of, I think that the problem with the I think it was the Halo Forward Until Dawn problem with Master Chief, which is why they had to like kind of obscure him a little bit, you know, especially with the shots, and they had a lot of slow-mo, and they had mostly just Master Chief standing around shooting a gun.
Well, that's a good thing to do in the game when the trailer matches the game. Yeah, a guy shooting a gun. You can do that in the game. Awesome. Works.
It's spazzing out on the terrain like I did.
Yeah, but you're right. They can clearly see the wires. I think that's forgivable because it's a great prop. It's a great set. And you know, all the special effects. And I don't know if that's practical smoke or whatever, but the fact that they're running, I'm like, why would you start running in a battlefield? You can fly. And he's dodging bombs or dodging fire. So it's like, yeah, just take superior positioning and just pick everyone off in the air.
Just fire his ulti and he'll be done. They just go far on.
Maybe they can fly. Maybe they fly so fast they cannot target or whatever. You know, they need to adjust their speed by jumping from point to point.
Yeah, he's flying around. He pulls out his gun. It just flies out of his hand. He's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, and his gun messes up his aerodynamics, so he falls. You know? So
Well, if they're going to be having these guys on strings, they could have done a hovering shot where he's like just picking people off, and that would have worked totally fine because you can hover in the game, no problem. So, yeah. Would have been cool.
yeah.
Again, this is a great looking shot. It's just the slow mo is a bit weird, and yeah, as UDP mentioned, yeah, you could tell that you're not going to be able to get too much mobility off a prop like this. That it might break. You know, you too much stress on the legs, and God knows how much that weighs for the actor in there. So,
what's the Tom Cruise movie? The one that was based off the manga, where he's like constantly
City on the Edge of
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. You got it.
Whereby basically the guys in the full suits, and even though those were like polyester, some kind of plastics, they still weighed like 80 pounds. And those guys were fully, you had Tom Cruise and what's the face now? Oh, I've forgotten her name now. British actress.
Oh yeah,
Emily Blunt.
That's the one. Thank you.
Yeah.
And he had her in it as well. So, and that kind of shows you the restriction that you would have on an actor trying to do live action scenes.
Yeah. And one thing, being this the Oat Studios from Neill Blomkamp, I'd say this is CGI. The suit we're watching right here. I don't think they made a real live action figure. I don't know. I don't have any information bar from what I see. But being this the 3D studio by Neill Blomkamp, I guess that's CGI.
I would say he has the skills to do it. I just don't know if it's practical because you're talking about a stilt, like you're putting someone in stilts essentially, and you're hanging them up by wires and whatever. Like this is clearly on wires. Like clearly.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think this is live. I think this is all CGI.
Okay, let's watch it again.
Yeah, because this is their shtick. That this is what they do. The Oats Studios, they do mix of 3D CGI and live action.
Right.
And I don't know. We can check it out.
That looked pretty real to me. Again, I could be wrong, but looks pretty good. I mean, everything about it looks like, again, the trailer looks amazing. Visually, effects, the suits.
It's badass.
Yeah, beautiful. Explosions, looks great. Sounds like you're watching a crazy blockbuster popcorn popping movie in the summertime. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and that's the best thing. There's so much going on, and there's so much, to expect, and you will see nothing of it.
And it means nothing.
There's nothing.
No
There's
value
nothing.
to it.
Yeah.
Who are they fighting again?
We have no idea.
The battles look really cool, but I don't know who they're fighting. So it'd be a lot better if I knew what the threat was.
Yeah.
Yeah, these could just be random people walking around. And it's like, it's like getting down the natives.
Again, as far as I can tell, are they fighting in the jungle?
Yeah, tree, die, leaf, die.
The jungle's just throwing explosions back at them.
That tree beard's like, no, go away. Bugger off.
Look deeper.
Again, another useless look deeper. Listen. Pay
Power was
attention.
inside you the whole time.
Focus. Say any generic thing regarding the senses. It's like, yes, great, thanks. What do we look? Was she in her flight simulator and going, something's happening. I must look deeper into my flight simulator. Ooh, like what are you doing, lady? Give us some context. See, this is why I think they're stealing from Dune. This is drinking the water of life, and she's like has to meditate more and focus on the future to see visions. I mean, I'm using other science fiction to explain this crap, but it's all I got. I wish I knew, like, who is this person? Again, another shot from behind. We can't see. It's like, Look
deeper. And you will see.
Yeah, she's talking to herself again. Oh, God. So
shut
now we
the
have
crazy
no
lady.
sense. We have no sense of time. We're like, where is this happening? When is this happening? And here we have a javelin supermaning a guy on a turret, which I don't think you can do in the game.
No, you just kind of bounce right off it.
Yeah, there's no human cannonball maneuvers, which sounds awesome, but unfortunately you can't. I don't know why you can't. It seems like a pretty simple thing to do. You just launch yourself.
Fly around, pick people off of things like this.
Yeah, that'd be pretty obvious if you're running out of ammo or something. You're like, yep, I got nothing left. Ramming speed. Here we go. Bam.
You could even have like, because they're in a mech suit, you could have the guy rip off that heavy machine and just start like plowing down people, with it. That'd be cool.
Pick it up and just.
Yeah, there's dug, 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 50 cats. It's just like knee deep and brass, like from Hot Shots Part 2, where he's just continually firing.
Visions, Kelly.
Visions, scary, scally. It's that British accent. God damn it!
Shut up.
I think it's British. I have no idea.
It's fake British. That's what it is.
The fake British accent.
9 out of 10 Americans can agree that they can't tell the difference between regular British and fake British.
It says Visions Kali. It's like
Kali.
a name.
Yeah, that's a
with
it's
a
a
K.
goddess. Yeah.
Okay.
Scally? Vision Scally? I don't know.
I'm watching the in the parallel. I have the Conviction and Anthem trailer from Neill Blomkamp from Out Studios, and I got CC on, so closed caption. So I'm reading this. It says Visions Kali. Kali is the name with a K. Kali.
Oh, okay. So
Whoever she.
person's name.
Personal, yeah.
Goddess of War, I think, in Indian pantheon.
India.
Yeah.
Are gods from different cultures like a thing in this universe?
Not exactly. No, I think they're talking about the Anthem of Creation being the first thing that created the universe, or something. But they never actually localize or change the scope. They just say it can create and destroy anything. You're like, oh, so are we like playing around with toys that God was playing with? Like, what's going on? We don't know. And I guess that's the mystery behind the marketing. They want you to like, oh, maybe we want our players to figure out the story. It's like, no, dude, can you just give us something to freaking latch onto so we can identify with whatever the hell's going on?
It seems like this whole trailer is being based off this mystery box, like way of doing things. J.J. Abrams, just give us taste of everything, but you answer nothing, and they never answer anything because that's the whole thing. The mystery is the whole thing you come to see.
Oh, I got it, guys. Okay, so this is a shooter looter. Okay, there's no story behind it, but if you pay, you can open up the sacred texts.
It's like Scientology.
Yeah, $10 a page.
You buy the better DLC, you can unlock this story. But if you unlock the gold package, you buy the gold package DLC, they will let you read the sacred tenets of the Anthem.
Yeah.
But that's
on PS4.
only
It's going to be there.
That's only if you pass the subquest of hitting 5 units with your melee and 10 units with your ultimate, and collect 10 elf fruit. Of course, you have to do those 3 things first.
Well, you gotta put some work in. So
yeah, you can't just buy it. No, you gotta do work. You can't just buy your way through the story. Come on.
Work,
so, Kali.
then buy.
Well, EA is involved. You might be able to buy your way up there.
That's true. So, yay, Visions from Kali, or Vision Kali. Kali is the chick? Who knows? We'll find out.
Visions Kali.
Look deeper, and you will see. Visions, Kelly.
Okay, so 2 bald people hugging each other. Very nice. Got some affection going. They're happy. They're smiling. They've gone through something. We don't know what, but could be a love story. Could be brothers and sisters. We don't know.
It kind of looks kind of like they're fighting an army of Princess Leia's from Return of the Jedi.
Really?
Green from Star Trek.
That is a very specific image, my friend.
We're going to be fighting. What was the guy from the Breen commander from DS Fott something or other, which is hilarious, by the way, in today's world.
Oh yeah, the Breen, Star Trek
which,
DS9.
yeah, which they were kind of ripped off from Star Trek. Star Wars. But you know, they did something cool.
Yeah, this is Mad Max Fury Road in space.
If they added mech suits to Mad Max, that would be pretty cool.
Oh my goodness, you are giving them way
Ah.
too many ideas. Holy.
Oh, then they could call it Mad Mechs.
Mad
Oh. With
Mad
jetpacks.
With jetpacks, laser guns, Renaissance Italy, it'd be awesome.
A chain gun attached to a guitar, I think, would do it for me.
And that shoots off flames.
And that's for Robert Rodriguez. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gonna do that next.
We've rebuilt Mel Gibson for the next Mad Max movie, and we put him in a mech so he can move around.
Your history.
It's Master Chief. It's a better trailer. Actually, no, it's not Master Chief, but yeah, I just couldn't help myself. It's like, yeah, lying around. It's a toy. So we have history. She sees visions of Kali in history. It's great. This is awesome. We know what's going on in this story.
I'm lost.
I think we all are.
Oh boy. Hey, they're hugging. This is human, guys. Come on. They got like people. They're bald people, but they're still people, and they're happy to see each other.
Yes.
Your history. Your future.
That was the Interceptor, right?
Yes, it was.
It looked like one. Yes. Very good looking CGI. I would imagine that's CGI.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
If that was reality, that guy would have slumped into the ground.
That could be a really good cosplay, though. Maybe they're like saving it up for, you know how BioWare is like obsessed with cosplay.
Oh,
They're constantly want people to make like Garrus Vicarians at cons and all sorts of other bizarre looking things. Like, yeah, they love pushing that envelope. It's like, all right, maybe they hired Neill here to.
Oh, did actually. There was a video of them making the mech suits themselves for the announcement or one of the trailers or something like they did a while back.
Wow.
Yeah, so they actually made them. Got like actors and put them in them.
Jeez, they are crazy about that. I don't know why they are crazy about that. I would imagine that you'd want to hit the Tumblr crowd as close as possible, so you wouldn't want to get people with like not much money to afford all that crap to put it together. Hey, if you love it, that's great. If you want to, I think any art you want to make by yourself is awesome. But this is a whole bodysuit that how you're going to do that, I don't know. But you have to be a mechanical kid genius to do that. I think that's pretty amazing. And you would have a job in not CGI, but was it practical effects? Like, no question, like, you can do that. Like, you could go on that show that does Face Off. They do all those crazy makeups. Well, throw in some engineering, you're gonna win every one. So
Yeah,
Come
but
out with a fully functional mech suit as a cosplay.
exactly. Because if you use any type of metal, even the lightest one, you still need some actuators, some motors to move it around, and by then you'll have probably a fully functioning mech suit. So yeah, exosuit or whatever.
yeah, and I'm not sure what this laser beam thing is, but I actually
Looks
don't.
like the exhaust from the.
Oh, it's an exhaust. Yeah,
Oh.
it has this afterburner like stream of jet stream.
Which
Oh,
should have
okay.
been
Yeah,
turned off immediately before descending like that, because if not, that's launching him forward. Is that going to be like scraping on the ground, like ow, 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 ow?
A life unlived.
See, that looked like a different mech. That looked like a Colossus. Or am I wrong? I could be wrong.
A life unlived.
A life unlived. Okay, so if you're a slave, or if you're an imprisoned bald chick, yeah, that would be a life unlived because you never asked for that haircut and you're underground for years and years with the evil empire guy in his black shirts or whatever the hell they are. I don't know. That's all I got.
You sold us out! I never should have trusted you!
Whoa, plot thickens. Look out.
Conflict, action, explosion.
I guess that guy sold him out to the jungle. It's easy.
Yeah.
To get triggered.
It's the anthem of the jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
This that could be true because your guess is as good as anyone else's. But this is the guy that landed with him, I think, in the same suit. I think. I don't know. It looks the same. So Hero Man is not happy with friend fellow in Mech, and he's going to do a maneuver in the game, or he's going to do a maneuver that is not in the game. There is a melee where you slam the ground. I think the Colossus has it. And
Every ability has the ability to do a slam down. If you're descending and you hit your melee, you can do a smack. Just like in Mass Effect, like Andromeda.
But is it radial? Is it go in all directions?
Yeah,
or...
it goes in all directions pretty much.
Okay, so when we see this impact, let's just see the direction it goes.
No, it doesn't do that.
No. It goes forward, apparently.
And the ranger has a club, so that's his melee, so it's not really.
All right.
I think.
So Neill took some creative license there, apparently.
Yeah, one question about this. These two that are fighting, aren't those the same two that brought the girl back to the village or wherever that was?
Because of budget, I think you're correct, yes.
Yeah.
But I can't deduce that just by appearances. No, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I remember this one being silverish and the other one black and yellow. So my guess is they found her in the woods, they brought her back, and now the silver one betrayed the other one, and now they're fighting over it.
Right. And
something like that.
They were fighting in flying, which was really cool. Again, another thing you can't do in the game. You can't, tussle in the air. I think they should really start playing around with the flying mechanic a lot more, just because that's the thing that they've got. And there's one dedicated or one of the storm unit can do a lot of flights, or is supposed to stay in the air to make their shields increase. But they don't really do much else with flying. You're hovering and you're flying. That's about it. They should do more maneuvers. They should do, like, you could pick stuff up and launch it up in the air with you. All kinds of fun flying mechanics. Because if you're just doing flying, it's like, well, anyone can travel fast from A to B. You want more. You want more gameplay. But we're not going to get any story out of that. So
yeah.
All I can recommend is like gameplay ideas, because this is all explosions and people flying and saying one-liners that have no connection to the rest of what's going on.
They could have just gone that direction, make it over the top, make it like this over the top explosions, big giant guns, and all kinds of like B grade sort of stuff. That would have been awesome, but no, they had to go with like the meaningful drama, which was a mistake, I think.
If you're gonna do a Vanquish style looter shooter, do it all the way. Go as far as you can. And with this, they said, "Oh, we could fly, but we want to stop and have that little voice in our head from Sam or whatever the hell it's this time around." Sam is referring Mass Effect Andromeda. You always have that robot voice in your head. Now it's like some other voice, or any looter shooter game like Destiny, Peter Dinklage, whoever, telling you where to go.
Oh yeah, that's right. Peter Dinklage was in Destiny.
Yeah, and he got replaced by Nolan North because he was too boring.
He got
Everyone
upgraded.
gets replaced by Nolan North. Everyone gets replaced by Nolan North eventually. That guy's everybody.
He's even your wife. Huh?
She's in the middle of it.
How is it not possible? She thinks she's a mech. She can fly. It's totally possible.
She identifies as a mech.
Exactly. Look at that. She's a storm. Only instead of controlling lightning, she controls water. From a which looks like the skin of a sandworm, you know, kind of Dune. I'm trying to pull from Dune as much as possible. So the water of life, we got the skin of a sandworm. This all makes sense, guys. Totally makes sense.
Yeah, and they're in a volcano. So
Yes.
there's a spit of magma going next. So
This is
It's
totally
kinda
logical.
I just kind of wish they did what Borderlands did. Just over the top. This would be way better if everyone was wisecracking and everyone was being self-aware, breaking the fourth wall, jetpacks, explosions, giant monsters to fight, sandworms, giant storms. I mean, everything is there. If they didn't make it so serious and dramatic, taking themselves way too seriously for something like this, for a loot and shoot kind of story, kind of game.
Well, if she starts chanting "I'm the whirlwind," I mean, it's officially a Dune knockoff. So I so want that. Just give me anything Dune, I'll be happy. Do it, Bioware. Make the next Dune game.
The anthem swims through your mind.
What are you talking about?
What's the anthem?
We don't know.
Anything you want it to be, baby.
Is it like plot installation, like the Force or something?
Yeah, it's
Wizard did it. The anthem did it.
Yeah, she's a wizard. This is the only conclusion we can come to. She's a mute, bald wizard who used to be in a mech and can command water. Oh, I just got a super chat. Thank you. The enemy is actually the Fire Nation. Yeah.
Confirmed.
maybe they actually like lost part of the name. It isn't actually called the Anthem. It's actually called Anthony.
They got the name wrong.
Yeah. So half is like scribbled out a bit.
no, maybe the going by the Dune logic, maybe the anthem is some kind of a drug, like spice. You know,
They
Yes.
did say that.
you know,
in
the
one of the
anthem
interviews.
swims through your mind. So
It's the water of life, my friend.
yeah, the LSD, baby.
See some dealers on the street. Hey, you want some Anthem? He opens his coat. It's got like lines of Anthem.
Yeah. Can have all the ciphers banging on his door. Come on, man, just one more cipher.
Scratching his neck, scratching everywhere.
Yeah.
I see one more hit of Anthem.
The anthem is
Yeah,
life.
the
Oh my
word.
god. Distant Worlds is actually saying what it's through my There's another Dune fan out there. Oh my god. Yeah, it's the Dune comparison is as good as I can make it. Life, water of life, the sandworms, whatever the water visual is, having visions, being super strong, having perfect memory. It's just like, yeah, it's just Dune.
That's it. And when you play with the words of anthem, you get the math, man. So
The crystal,
maybe there's a parallel, you know.
the red
Math,
crystal.
hey, man.
It's the new kind of meth. It glows.
Yeah, it's the red thing, man. That's it. Yeah.
It's that Simpsons thing. She's getting the swank 20 times more addictive than marijuana.
First you get the sugar, then you get the women. I totally screwed up that quote. I have no idea.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so oh my god, she's crying. No. Someone gave you a face tattoo, head tattoo. Ooh, maybe that's what that guy was doing. He was he was finishing that dude's haircut and he was painting his head. And he was like, "Don't do it. No, no. It's my bar mitzvah next week. No, no."
There you go. That's what he was doing. He's a tattoo gauntlet.
Yeah, and she has the veil that the Bene Gesserit nuns have. Bald head, white veil. Yeah, Dune. She's like she's walking the golden path to becoming a giant worm god. or something. She's not too happy about it because she saw the future. She's like, oh no, I'm going to be ugly. Or something. I don't know.
Or maybe she's at a wedding. Maybe she's getting married.
Ooh.
That was a really expensive little dress there.
Yeah, maybe she's marrying to a Navi.
Maybe this is a flashback before the flashback where we found her in the rain because the water washed away all the blue paint. And she's still in her white dress, but she lost the veil too. So no, forget it. It's stupid.
Maybe it's a commercial for Tide, you know.
This is so bizarre. I can't believe they made this shit.
What is this blue stuff on her?
We don't know.
Is she Scottish?
Is it makeup? Is it tattoos? Is it a cultural thing? Did she fall in the mud and it was blue mud and like alien blue mud? Like we don't.
Just put woad all over your head.
Oh,
Maybe it's a prank. Like she comes out of the suit and someone's like painted the inside of the suit blue.
Maybe
It's a
the
prank.
villain, maybe villain hold her head, you know, and he just leaves some blue stains from his glove.
yeah. That's it. That's the closest, most empirical deduction we can make of people with bald heads.
Jeez.
Maybe she's turning into those aliens from that I'm blue, dabba dee babba die and dabba dee. I'm just trying to get as many 90s throwbacks as I possibly can.
Yeah,
She's,
that's okay.
she's the next candidate for Aladdin's lamp, and she has to go through this process to go to. She has to Arabianize herself. She has to put on the dress. She has to, get the bald head going. And they start painting it blue. You have to start flying as a genie.
She looks better than Will Smith.
Oh God, yeah, she's gorgeous. I would watch this movie over that any day. Blue chick, crying, flying, mute. You can't upstage Robin Williams in the role. There's no way. You can't do it. Who is he kidding?
Yeah. Maybe they're judging by the last name. I don't know, the last name, the first name. Will Smith, Williams, Maybe there's a connection, I don't know. I'm just bullshitting.
Yeah. You know what? It's better than what we're getting right now.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It knows us all.
Oh, the anthem knows you and knows us all. That's great. It's a telepathic, watery entity that swims in your mind and paints your head blue. I don't know. Something.
They have yet to identify a clear threat or why the person they've introduced as a threat is actually a threat. We've seen them fighting some people, and then we see some guy who looks like a villain. But we don't know why they're bad or what's going to happen if they lose or anything like that.
Yeah,
there are no stakes. There's no motivation, so we don't know nothing.
There's some underground kingdom of evil black dudes in mech suits with guns, and they capture people, and they were holding her hostage. We have
no idea why. We have no idea why. We have no idea what the consequences are. There's absolutely no tension. It just sounds epic.
Yeah, the evil dude gives the biggest wet willies ever in the history of with his big glove. Like, ah!
You just glove to tattoo your head without permission, and that's it.
Maybe it's kind of like how in Mad Max that they have the brides of the guys in charge, and they all wear certain outfits, and that's why she's escaping and she's wearing this outfit because of some weird mating ritual thing. I don't know. As long as there's no milking scene, I think we're good.
Milking scene.
God.
Yeah, no Last Jedi, no Mad Max crossovers. That would.
It's a blue milk or whatever.
Oh my God, no, yeah. That would be bad, folks. Luckily, she's just crying because, I don't know, she's just sad. She lost her friend. She's not hugging her friend, and she's really sad he's gone.
It knows you. It knows us all.
Whoa! What happened?
She's angry.
Action music.
So is the
Action.
anthem? Is the anthem? What was that pre-rent? The thing before Facebook. I forgot what it was called now. MySpace. You know, like you have the Tom.
MySpace. Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah, the
Tom's
Tom.
your only friend. So like
Yeah.
Tom knows everyone. That's the best friend you
That's
have.
Grace.
You're not part of my network.
I can't let you do that.
So yeah, action music is good cause for screaming. Yep.
Yeah. Her
That's it.
tonsils are cool.
Yeah, she's a very healthy young lady. She's got
Yes.
fully functioning immune
Set of
system there.
teeth.
When she screams, it sounds like action music.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
She makes music by screaming.
She screams music.
Oh God, she's Bumblebee. Has to use the radio to communicate.
Is it Bumblebee or is it the Decepticon? What's his name?
Well, you got Soundwave. He's a
Soundwave.
But Bumblebee in the movie, I think he communicates via the radio, doesn't he? So
Okay, he takes clips from radio and TV, and he just improvises from the film clips and scenes. He talks like that.
Okay, we'll go with that.
It's a neat concept. It's a neat concept.
And she thinks she's a mech, so I guess that could work. Yeah.
yeah,
Like, whoa, what was that? That was a crazy set. Yeah,
that was someone
volcano.
failing their QuickTime event.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's going to happen. Like, what?
And
is-
failing again.
Yeah, this is like we're in
I
a
told you.
volcano, but there's what? I can't even describe that. Is that metal? Like cage? Like it's hard to say.
Probably a mesh.
It's a bigger mech. It's like the toenail of like a mech that's like, you know, centuries or millennia old, just hanging around. All these fights in the air you can't do in the in game. This is what's really getting to me. It's like, if you could fly, do it. Go all the way with the fly. If that's your mechanic, go for it. You know how not Warframe. What was that game? Vanquish. You could slide around. Like, they went nuts with that. You do backflips. You do shooting things in slow mo, going under cover, sliding to cover. Like, that was cool. You're going all over the place. This is jetting and flying. Go crazy. Go do like fist fights in the air. Do picking things up and throwing to the ground and slamming them at full force with your jet engines. That
Yeah,
would
I
be
don't know
like,
if anybody of you played Titanfall. It's a neat concept. When you're a pilot, you have this like backpack on your back, and it's like a jetpack, sorry, and it allows you to jump further, and you can cross buildings and stuff. It's really good, and you can use it in the game. It's something that benefits the fight, and we'll see what Anthem does with this.
that was it. AnthemGame.com. Please buy us. It's like, what?
I think
Not-
this is. I'm sorry.
Not like, hey, wait for the next video to come out, or, you know, the date where they'll finish this, if there will be one. Just buy the game. Go ahead, buy it. You're like, why? What? Where? What?
What's happening? What's going on? I just know there's mech suits.
There's mech suits. There's a order of women in black. There's an order of guys in black with guns. There's a
There's a
trailer.
guy in there I wish were Heimdall.
Yes, we still want Heimdall. We want Dune, to be real. And Darth Alia, or whatever the hell that chick was, when the flight sim. Yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, there's not much else we could talk about unless you this bizarre scenario of marketing that is not about the game, but it's related to the game. It's just bizarre. I'm not sure what BioWare is trying to get at here.
BioWare did this before with Mass Effect 3. They did a short live action trailer for like a minute and bit.
That character was in the game. He was the voice of Hawk, male Hawk, and what do we call him? Commander Fish and Chips?
Fish and Chips. Yeah, Captain Fish and Chips. No, it was another one.
Major?
That was the CGI trailer that they had.
That one. Yeah.
Then they had I think it was released on like one of the Super Bowls or something like that, and they had the live action trailer, basically Shepard running around, probably getting drunk in London. So I don't know what he was doing. He fired at some cannibals. I don't know. But...
It looked very awkward. Yeah, the brief seconds he was on the screen, pulling out his Omni Blade, like, wee. I was like, no.
But I think overall, though, this is better than Andromeda's marketing, which had like 6 YouTubers going to space camp for a week. It's like, what are they going to do here? Going to send 6 YouTubers to like Mech camp? Like,
it's a Mech camp. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, you just take him around to DARPA for a little bit. It's like, yeah, here's the mechs that we're working on. You can't tell anyone though because it's tough.
Well, the marketing for Andromeda was a series of videos, like as if you wanted to join the initiative, which is kind of intelligent. The problem was the premise of the game itself was stupid. And there was something to actually taste and go, this is a dumb concept. Or it was executed in a dumb way. With Anthem, we don't even know what the hell's going on. It's like, okay, there are mechs. Great. Who are the bad guys? The jungle. Who? People in the jungle. Who are they? We don't know. They're dudes in black. There's alien life in the jungle. There's giants.
What's going to happen if they lose?
Yeah, but we don't know. Like we're in a big fortified tower city thing with huge walls and whatever. It's like, okay, are we in danger? Is there a stake? Like we have to do something by a certain time? Is someone trying to blow up the place? Like what's the problem?
And all the enemies we do see don't seem like they don't seem threatening at all. They seem like normal people with guns just against them. So they don't really seem like they're the type to be able to climb over those incredibly large walls. So they don't seem to be extra threatening.
And they don't have mechs.
Powers. Yeah, they don't have mechs. They have like little walker things.
Which kind of defeats the whole thing of why do you need mechs to walk around in this universe? Walk around in this world. If these guys are walking around, it's like, well, then you don't need mechs if you can just walk around in it.
Maybe I don't know. Obviously, it takes a lot of effort to make live action suits and have them show them fighting. So they had to be creative and say, okay, we're going to get some guys in costumes and we're going to put them through the jungle and they're going to war paint or whatever they do. Fine, cool. But if that's the case and that's not in the game, why are you showing something that isn't in the game, that isn't even in the story of the game? This is like something that happened in the past. And this is possibly even further in the past than we know of the previous scene of the... Okay, there's a 30-year flashback about Freemark, which was a city got destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
With the Dr. Evil guy who wanted to do something and they blew up the city accidentally. And before that, there was some chick with a sword. So somewhere between the chick with the sword and Freemark, there's this story happens because the dude in black is also at the scene with Freemark. He's the same evil mech guy who never gets out of his mech apparently.
Yeah, where do you get that information from? Is it from the website?
There's a trailer. They made a full cutscene trailer in the demo. Was the first demo? No, the second demo. And someone leaked it a month prior on a YouTube channel.
Oh.
And we were talking about that last stream with Exlatalis because he was saying, hey, this date was before the open beta came or the open demo game. So we were like, oh, that's weird. How come no one talked about that? And then for some reason that day news agencies went ahead and popped that up. So it's possible that was an internal thing, and no one, like, the video wasn't public, and it was private. And then as soon as the demo was released, then they released it on some no-name channel. So don't know, could be wrong, but it was, and even that trailer, or sorry, that cutscene was so, it had nothing to do with the existing scene or the events of the Anthem game. This was like 30 years ago. You're like, why are you showing us this? It could have been a simple paragraph, like 30 years ago, a city blew up because some guy was playing around with Anthem, and boom, now we're here. It's like, great, cool. Why would I care about a bunch of people who died?
Reminds me of the Dragon Age Origins, was it the Warden's Keep DLC? It's like the story was told in like the actual history of the keep itself was told in about 5 minutes flat as you were progressing through the game. The gameplay lasted about, I think it was like an hour or so. But you only got 5 minutes, and that's all what you really needed because you're just trying to clear out the place, but you kind of reveal the past as to what happened. Like, you didn't need this whole long-winded cutscene of, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this. And just like, get on with it.
It's bizarre, and I'm trying to wrap my brain around what the hell is going on in BioWare that they've screwed it up. There was a blog post yesterday about the actual open demo now, or not the open game. Sorry, you get the you pay the extra €15, and you get the Express Pass or whatever it's called.
10-hour free passes.
If you pre-ordered, you could spend even more money and get it right now. And one of the bloggers is like, there is no story here. There's literally nothing for me to latch onto, and I don't know why. Like, why would they do this? There is something, but it's completely generic and completely unrelated to the stuff that we've been getting. And I don't see how that's even possible. How can you tell a generic story that's unrelated to the stuff that's already been released? Like, what are we getting right now to entice us to buy this game? I don't get it. I don't get the story. I don't know what they're trying to sell. So, yeah, we're just confused, guys. So, I wish we had.
You know, from what I can see from this trailer, I guess the company BioWare approached Neill Blomkamp, and they probably saw his YouTube channel and saw all the videos he did and all the animation and the capability of his team, and they were like, okay, could you do a trailer for us? And I just cannot imagine how this conversation went on to provide some backstory instead of something that is directly related to a game. But anyway, I guess they did make agreement to do a prequel or whatever, the story that leads into the game. And after Neill did this, because Neill can tell a good story, that is not a problem. My guess is that when they showed the final product to the BioWare, my guess is that BioWare just did like the way that story went, and they did the random edit of all the footage, and we got this.
Oh, so you're saying BioWare edited this video?
Well, yeah, my guess is that you get the job. My job is to do this trailer for BioWare. Okay, so what do? I will get some creative freedom, because this is not going to take place in the world of the game, in the time of the game, but this is something that happened before this, so I have some leeway in telling the story. And they shoot it, they edit it, and then they show it to BioWare. And then BioWare might say, okay, we don't like this, let's change it up. It's a thing that happens in show business. It's a thing you've seen a million times. So the trailer is utterly incoherent. There's nothing logical about it. And you have to think from the production viewpoint. The Neill Blomkamp, for example, point, each shot you see in the trailer is thought of. You see her in the white gown with blue thing on her face. Somebody thought of it. Somebody said, okay, now she is in white dress with the blue thing on her head, and then she screams. Yeah? Why? We don't know. So maybe there was some narrative behind this, but what we have is not that. I don't know.
Yeah,
That is my guess.
if Neil was doing this himself, I don't think he would have come up with a script. It's incomprehensible. I think, yeah, Bioware said, here, do this and add, you can do what you want, but make sure you have these scenes and relate and try and tell a story out of these scenes. And obviously he took the shot of the marketplace, generic jungles, that's fine. Maybe he invented the underground layer of black people, triangle kingdom, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know about the water. Maybe they sort of shared that story, like, oh yeah, she commands water or whatever. It's like, okay, maybe, sure. Gravity, and water just happens to be around it. Who knows? Maybe they said, oh, Anthem is actually this entity that's exists beyond time and space, and it can connect with your mind, and da-da-da. You're like, all right, fine, I can play with that. Like, it's just general ideas. And then they specifically said, don't make a tangible series of plots or characters. Just go crazy with the imagery. And he says, no problem, I can do that. I can see that happening. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think. That this is what it looks like. Yeah.
Well, guys, I think we've exhausted the information and meaning we can pull out of this exquisitely made, professionally done trailer with amazing music and visuals and actors that say lines and say more lines.
Sound look really cool.
There's a prince. We got a kingdom here. We got an underground kingdom. We got mechs. I mean, if I were to tell you this in general to a guy or a guy who likes science fiction, or maybe even a kid, they'd be like, wow, that sounds cool. You're like, yeah, it does sound cool. But it's not.
Yeah, you're never gonna see it.
This will never exist. I wish we could see it. If they're doing a 15-minute movie, great, fantastic. Maybe that'll be more coherent than random words and clips that make it sound like someone with a lot of money was trying to reinvent Dune. I mean, this girl reminded me so much of the Mass Effect 3 trailer.
Yeah.
Flying the...
maybe let Jodorowsky make the Anthem trailer,
Oh, that guy. It's in my head. I have it all done. It's in my scrapbook. I got it.
Yeah.
I would love to see someone, because obviously he won't do it during his lifetime, but someone to take his scrapbook and make Dune in his vision and just freak the hell out of everyone. That would just be amazing. No one knows what we're talking about. I can't remember his full name, but the guy who they made a movie about it, him about to make Dune, or his version of Dune.
Yeah, the film is called Jodorowsky's Dune.
Yes.
Dune. Sorry, Jodorowsky's Dune.
And it was, the art, the people he hired, all the plannings, all the meetings. It was. I obviously it would have been way more than a sleeper hit than the 1979 version. But was it 1979? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
The original Dune, yeah.
Yeah.
But the design was way out there. Like, we still suits all in black. These were like all kinds of crazy designs, and I think in the documentary they repurposed some, but nowhere near half, if not a quarter, of his crazy ideas of ship design and what the aliens looked like and what the navigators looked like. It was just nowhere near as creative and crazy and visceral and bloody and gory and
insane.
Yeah, totally crazy. He's like, wow, this guy went nuts, like some sort of abstract artist. But hey, Anthem's coming out soon, so you get to shoot some other guys in mech suits. That's fun, right? Yeehaw.
Rare mech suits that you can't apparently build.
But all
Alright,
the
guys.
enemies drop loot.
As long as they drop loot and get XP.
I want you to find my son. He's like, oh, thank you for saving. Yeah, just one second. I'm just opening these crates.
I think you're skip dialogue.
Yeah, he's hitting the smash in the space bar. Like,
Alright, guys. Talk to you later.
Yeah. Okay.